Hey folks, Kilt-Man here, Kilt-Man at your services. How are you all? Hope you're all doing very, very well. Now, we've got a little bit more news on Nikki Bulley. A little bit more news. A development, or not really a development. Right, the Tatty red van. You may have heard about this now. It's all over the news right now. The Tatty red van that was seen parked suspiciously by a barn in the vicinity of where she was last seen. Where she went missing, basically. Now, the Tatty red van. And already you're going like, oh what? Really? The Tatty red van. The sinister red van. What's next? A guy with one arm and a hook hand, an eye patch, you know. A cluster of weird, chattering dwarfs on a street corner, eating human flesh. You're going to get all this. People are going to come out with all of these things that they've seen, they've heard. So-and-so told me this, that was there. And like, you're going to get all of this sort of stuff going on. Now, the Tatty red van is true. It's true. It's not just some kind of anecdotal bullshit made up to throw a spanner in the works of the investigation and to stoke the fires of the media. And all of us armchair sleuths, oh God, you know, how dare us, how dare we, you know, try to help and like talk about a thing which is all over the media. And the media are saturating everything with this story. If it's not earthquakes, it's Nikki Bulley. So how dare we get involved in this? How dare us? Before I get on to the Tatty red van, I'm going to tell you this. Do you know that when someone goes missing, certainly in America, and it definitely, I can hand on heart say it happens in the UK as well. Someone goes missing, the police actually implore members of the public to help the search. Little girl goes missing in the woods. Everyone comes out. Everybody. Of course. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? If it's a crime scene, no, it's closed off, so you can't go out there. Nikki Bulley goes missing 2 weeks ago today, on January 27th. Mother of two primary school daughters, age 45, mortgage advisor, goes missing after walking her dog, dropping the two girls off at school, goes missing walking the dog on the towpath of the River Wyre, St Michael's on Wyre, Lancashire. The police say there's no third party involved, there's no crime involved, there's no attack, no criminal activity here at all. She's fallen in the river. So it's a missing persons case. Fine. So going back to what I just said about when you have a missing person, a young girl, a young boy, actually, to be honest, it doesn't really matter. But when it's a young person, obviously people get more emotional and it brings more people out. And the police seemingly want that in those situations. In this situation, they left the entire crime scene, if it is a crime scene, wide open to be trampled upon, and then turned on everyone who turned up to have a help with the search. Whereas ordinarily you'd be asking for help, and then only literally 10 days, maybe more, after she went missing, you're condemning everyone for being there in the first place. Well, all you armchair sleuths are coming out there. I agree, it's gone quite ridiculous. I do agree with that, but it's gone too far perhaps. But you brought that on yourselves. You deliberately said it's not a crime scene, and you didn't close off any areas at all. You didn't cordon anything off. And you publicised it so much, it's on every fucking media channel. Every news programme is devoting a segment to Nikki Bulley's missing mystery, you know. So And you're showing the river, you're showing the bench, you're showing the fields, the caravan park, you're showing everything, the streets around it. The BBC this morning did a walk around all the areas. So you're showing everything. Oh, you can do that. But us, who you're telling this story to us, but we can't do anything about it. No, you can't. No, don't speculate. Don't theorise. How dare you? Oh, fuck you. You know what? It's really pissing me off now. It's pissing me off. To the degree where the hypocrisy, you know, it's really, really rankling. You know, you promote this. You tell us the story on all the news outlets. And you give it loads, and all your reporters are all there, stamping all over what could be a crime scene, potentially, and showing us the river. You're doing all sorts. But don't you come out here, and yet, if another person goes missing, say tomorrow, a young girl goes missing in Frodsham, shall we say, you'll want all of us to go out there and help with the search. Double standards. It's ridiculous. I get why, you know, you don't want the ghouls to be there, of course, but you promoted it in the first place as being a ghoulish site. This is the last known position that we know she was in. The bench. There's the bench. The bench. What do you think's going to happen? I've said it before. You knew exactly what was going to happen. Lancashire Police, you knew what was going to happen. The media, you knew what was going to happen. You did this deliberately. You're not stupid. You promoted this. You really celebrated it in so many ways. And now you condemn anyone who goes out there. What the fuck were you thinking in the first place? You prize bunch of dickheads. 2 weeks ago, she went missing. Many theories, God help me, the phrase speculations. Oh, I'll get you all over, idiots over that, like, oh, God, I know, speculations. And now we get supposedly breaking news of the red van. The red van was reported on the day that she went missing. A 55-year-old resident of St Michael's on Wyre saw this red van parked by a barn. It's not normal to be there, didn't recognise it. A tatty red van, as it was described. A tatty red van. And then, but you know, went about his daily stuff, then heard about Nikki Bulley going missing. Well, that red van seemed a bit odd. Maybe I should let the police know. Yeah, you should. Brilliant. He did. He let them know. He let them know at about, I think, I don't know, the times could be wrong, but about sort of, once it became known, around about midday, let's call it midday. Spoke to the police and explained about the van. You know, it was there, saw it by a barn, didn't recognise it. And then he remembered something else. As the whole case gathered momentum during day one, 2 weeks ago, he then remembered, he phoned the police back again and said, like, I think it was a Renault van, a Renault. And it's a kind of van you can live in. Okay, camper van, trailer van, a big Bedford van, I don't know. It's just a big van which you could live in. That's the quote. About 3 days afterwards, another person in the village said, oh yeah, I saw a van on that day there. And then contacted the police and said, I saw a van on the same day. The same van, presumably. Okay. So only now, in fact, overnight I heard about this. Overnight. We are now Friday, the 10th of February. Exactly 14 days later after she went missing. And now it becomes public knowledge. Oh, the tatty red van. But it was, you know, the information was given to the police on day one. Now the police have said, like, we've pursued there's a lot of hundreds in this. 500 lines of inquiry. 500 lines of inquiry. Yeah, I can believe that, to be honest. And, of course, I've discussed all the cameras that were working in certain areas, the caravan park, and the camera that wasn't working. Actually, there's a couple of cameras that weren't working, as we found out now. But the one place she could have got out of by the riverbank and the bench, the notorious bench, through the kissing gate, she could have gone down a lane and turned onto a main road. So police already knew this, and they, to be fair to them, they've already said a few days ago, yeah, we've written to the 700 drivers that went down that road at that time for dash cam footage, because it might show her. If it shows her going out and leaving there, well, that blows a lot of the waterway theories right out the water. No pun intended. That's 700 drivers. So that's going to take a while to wade through that as well. Now, we also know that now after SGI, Specialist Group International, Peter Folding, left a couple of days ago, they did the job that they were allowed to do by Lancashire Police, and Peter Folding folded up the operation, finding nothing in the rather small stretch of water that he was allowed to investigate with his super sonar equipment, the best in the business, with the best divers and search and rescue team in the world. So now they've gone, that's it. He's convinced she's not in the water in that stretch, certainly. He's also convinced she's not in the water at all, and he's convinced there's a third party involved. But, you know, hey, speculation. No. Even though he's worked with the police for 20 odd years, more, in top level, high profile cases. So he knows his stuff. He knows his gut feelings about things. But yeah, Lancashire Police know best. Sally Riley, oh, in you we trust. Not. Lancashire Police now are going to investigate and I've seen conflicting mileage on this. 15 miles, 10 miles downstream. You're going right out now into the tidal estuary. You've got Morecambe Bay, you've got Fleetwood, you've got the Irish Sea. The Irish Sea. Now, what was a great thing today on the BBC report on this, which is quite lengthy, quite in-depth. Didn't mention the Tatty red van though. Oh God, no. Didn't mention that. That was breaking news later on, even though we knew, or the police knew 2 weeks ago about that. But they showed us their reporter, who could go everywhere. You know, you can't go there, but he can. He can trample all over the bits and bobs and show you, the river. In a way, it was good. And it actually was good, and it opened my eyes to a little bit more, because even though I've been there, I've walked 15 miles of the Wye Way, which is nowhere near the length of what the Wye Way actually is, but I've done a segment of it. But when you get down to Fleetwood and Morecambe Bay, and I've been to Morecambe Bay, but that goes round. It goes round the coast. You can't remember that. But the area where it goes down to the estuary, it's huge. Folks, it's huge, and it's full of swampland and marsh and a myriad of tributaries which just trickle out either side of a much widening river into an estuary, a lot more fast moving, and into the sea. Okay. Yeah, so they believe that she fell into a sluggish, almost glacial river, which is not moving at all, as all their footage for 2 weeks now has showed at the spot where they think she went in doesn't move And it's been checked and checked and checked and searched and searched and searched again and again and again. Not there. They believe she got in there and somehow got over the weir and then into the estuary. Well, good luck to you finding her, because if she is there, you guys are never going to find her. That footage that showed that full estuary, it's fucking amazing. It's huge. It's huge. Fern and reed laden riverbanks, tons and tons of little bays and coves, and lots of tributaries drifting way, way inland. It took you over a week to find nothing in the area you thought you'd gone in with your police divers, and then reluctantly you brought in the guy who was the expert in the job, and you allowed him to search the same fucking area and he found nothing. You knew he'd find nothing because you've been there already. Then you let him go. There's no way on earth that you police divers, who are great, they are, I'm not knocking them, but what a Herculean task you've given them. That, the whole river is 28 miles long, but all of the estuary, the size of it, the coast of it, Morecambe Bay, Morecambe Beach, and and the sea, and all of these little rivulets and tributaries. You could search there forever and a day. You'll find nothing. At the rate that you guys are going, you'll find nothing. And you jettisoned the one guy with the equipment that could do it in a fraction of the time. Oh, folks. This proves more maddening day by day, minute by minute, as it turns out. The irrationality of the operational investigation is it's juvenile. It completely beggars belief. Oh, says you, Kilt-Man, because you're a search and rescue expert, aren't you? No, I'm not, but I do know about it. I do know about search and rescue. I know how certain procedures are done, and in the Marines we did escape and evasion and search and rescue operations. We did. So I know a little bit. It's not like I don't know anything about it and I'm coming at this as from I've been watching Happy Valley and watching, I don't know, Morse. It's not that. I've been on the ground and I've been in the water. I know these things, but I'm not an expert. Of course I'm not. But what I'm seeing does not match up to what I'm feeling at all. And this is the thing. You guys, media, police, you've put this way out there because you would do. And then you've turned on everybody for showing an interest in it. What? You can't have it both ways. What do you want? What do you want us to do? If you don't want us to be involved in it, then stop showing it on TV. Stop reporting on it. At some point, unless she's found, or unless some other information and evidence comes to light, this will go to ground. This will just go below the radar. Because missing people, missing persons cases always do. If they're not found and there's no more information, they fizzle out. And I get that. I've discussed all this before. I know. I'm sorry. I'm going over old ground again. And it's a lot of stuff that you guys already know. But it will, if no more information comes to light, no criminal investigation takes place, nothing happens, this will go. And she'll just be another one of those mysteries, unsolved cases. That's how it'll go. Someone out there knows exactly what's happened. Somebody out there knows exactly what has happened. And I don't think it's just one person. I think it's quite a few that know exactly what's happened. And we're being played we're being used and manipulated with this case. Oh, yeah, we're gonna hit every TV program with broadcasts about this and reporting from the scene and updates. Of course, that's what I'm doing. That's exactly what I'm doing. But I'm doing it because I'm invested in, I want to find this missing woman. What's happened to her? And the fact that this has dragged on and the weird way it's been played by the people who are supposed to be the ones we're meant to trust, which even those, sitting on the fence right now, you're not on the fence really, are you? You watch everything, you watch my videos, you watch every other person's videos, you read all the reports, you read everything. This does not add up at all. It's absolutely insane. So they're now investigating a huge stretch of water and coastline. Do you expect them to have the resources and manpower to do it when they've just sacked off the guy that could do it in a fraction of the time? Seriously. This is a sham. This is just, I don't know. There's a farce taking place here. I said in a previous video, if I get proved wrong and Lancashire police find someone who has kidnapped, abducted her, kept her hidden away somewhere, and they're moving in and they rescue her, I will be here shouting from the rooftops, the battlements of Kilt Mansion. I will, and I'll go, I was wrong. But I'll still say that you handled the media response very, very badly. But if you bring her back safely, then fine. If we also find that somehow or other this was some kind of inside job, I'm just saying, the public backlash will be really, really volatile and bad. People don't like being taken for a ride. They don't like being suckers. It might not be that case. Let's hope and pray that it isn't. Let's still hope and pray that she's brought back alive. Of course. But you guys, look at all this. Again, weigh it all up. Look at all the things that have happened, the things that have been said, things that have been done, the way that they've handled it. A missing pet, it's not a crime scene. There's no crime committed here. They're adamant about that. So, in every other missing person's case where there's no crime committed, they want everybody there, bring the community. They do it. It's happened. I know it's happened. People come on, and because they want everybody to look in all the hedgerows and by the trees and by the riverbanks, down little back alleyways. Everybody search. This, according to Lancashire Police, is not a crime, and yet you're stopping people searching and being really heavy-handed about it now after letting it go for a week and a half and letting everyone trample over it. Only then do you start dispersal orders. No, you're ruining evidence and what? You're hampering the investigation. Clank. Lancashire Police and the media have absolutely stoked this and fucked it all up really badly. Cheers, y'all. I am monumentally annoyed by this now. My channel is not about missing people, but I've gone down this road now. I can't come back from it. I'm reporting on what I see. The tatty red van. What's next? The hunchback with a bloodied sack. What is next? But the Tatty Red van exists. It was reported on the day by 2 separate witnesses. Possibly more. I only know about the 2 of them, but it could be more who've mentioned this. The Tatty Red van. Possibly a Renault. It's a van you can live in. Okay? And that's part of 500 lines of inquiry. The Lancashire Police. How many people have they got working in this case? Because most of them appear to be in the fucking river or down by the sea right now, fishing merrily away. Something stinks here really badly. And it ain't the price of fish in Denmark. Right. Something is wrong in Lancashire. And the River Wire and this entire case. I don't get it. Don't like it. Somewhere out there is an innocent woman. Who's gone missing. Very mysteriously. It couldn't get more mysterious, could it? It couldn't. They're actually adding to it. When they got the media, this one, the BBC guy, like, this is the only path. Every other exit from this area is covered by CCTV, which has been tracked and it works. But this one path, actually, I think there's 2 cameras that aren't working, if I remember rightly. But there's one path that gets announced, and he walked it, and he went, and it takes you on this main road, vehicles. So someone here on that day must have seen her, you know. So, and the police are now saying, well, you know, we still think she fell in the river and drowned. Direct quote. But maybe she could have walked out that way. But why and where did she go? She gets found tonight, tomorrow, in the reeds, down by Morecambe Bay, down the estuary. I'll still have a lot of questions. How did she get there? If the renowned expert in, you know, underwater search and rescue and retrieval of bodies from water and knowing the way that bodies travel, she clearly did not go in at the place where Lancashire Police say she went in. She could have been put in further down. And I'm not disputing that. I'm not disputing that at all. That could well be the case. But they still spent 2 weeks going over and over the same patch of river. And then now the guy that can find anybody underwater, let him go. Is it just me? Is it just me? When you have a limited number of police divers and a fucking humongous stretch of water and offshoots and a bay and the sea to search, and you let the one guy that can do huge areas of it in a day with his fantastically advanced sonar equipment, and you let him go, does that sound right to you? I mean, I don't know. Tell me, am I wrong? Am I just, whoa, hang on. Is it just me? Is it? Is it really? Somebody out there knows something. Well, somebody out there knows exactly what's happened. And I don't really believe it's just one person that knows. I think a whole fucking police constabulary knows what's happened. I think. This is not going to end well. It's not going to end well at all. So don't go thinking there's going to be some jubilatory, you know, wow, we found her. That ain't going to happen. That is not going to happen. And I think at this stage in the game, if she does get found alive and well and safe, a hell of a lot more questions will be asked. Folks, I hope to be proved wrong. I hope and pray that she is found safe and well, and everything is okay. You know what? I'm not saying certain things here. I'm like, and you can't, because all of a sudden, oh, you're an enemy of the state. You're a villain. You're a traitor. How dare you? It's treasonous. If you take one thing from these videos, take from it that Lancashire Police and the media itself have stoked this massively, and they're the ones who've created the furore, the frenzy, the interest. They're the ones who've done this, and they're the ones who say, "Oh no, you're wrong. You promoted it. You contributed so much. You made this what it is." If you stop reporting it and no more news came out, well, guess what? Nothing would happen. There'd be no people going up there. There'd be nothing going on. No conjecture, no speculation. Oh my God. I never realised the word speculation could be so abhorrent. It could be like, oh no, don't go near him. He's a speculator. He speculates. Oh God, does he really? Next you'll be telling me he has an occasional hypothesis. Speculations and hypotheses and theories. How fucking dare you? I don't know, folks. Getting a bit maddening now, isn't it? Cheers, Joe. Yeah. You know damn well there's many things I'm not saying that I kind of have ideas about, but I ain't gonna do it. So, lest you think my channel is about missing people, it isn't. It's about movies. Movies, music, masks, merch. That's what I do. Just go and have a look. All you newcomers, have a little look at the rest of the channel and just see what my videos are about. Aye. But a little reminder, The Fog, the classic, John Carpenter's The Fog. We're doing a watch along party, recorded tomorrow. So, and then there'll be another one after that, another movie, and they're going to try to get back on track with stuff. But for the time being, I'm horribly involved with this now. I massively feel invested because I've been following it. I need resolution, I need closure. We all do. And in the spirit of true honesty, a lot of us love the mystery of this as well. And don't deny that. Don't deny it. We're all the same. We all love this sort of thing. I feel for innocent people who get hurt, and families of victims. I hate with absolute vehemence and hatred and absolute violent vitriol people that commit crime. Hate them. And given free rein, they'd be snapped out. I would. I'm very hard line in that respect. Oh! Look, it's Dirty Harry. What a surprise. Yeah. An eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. You know, someone hurts yours, you fucking hurt them even more. The justice system, the criminal system, because it's society, it's civilization. I've discussed this before. You know it don't work. You know it's a shower of shit. Cavemen had the best policy. You hurt one of mine, I'm going to take out your entire fucking tribe. There you go. We're going to survive. Bingo. I do believe the justice system is wrong, and that criminals get away with far, far too much, far too many lenient sentences, and the very people that are sworn to protect us are now being revealed day in, day out as being the most villainous and nasty and vile. And not only, the police, the fire service too. Have you heard this? The fire service are being massively looked into now for misogyny, sexual abuse, sexual terrorization, violence. The fabric of our way of life. The police look after us. The fire service look after us. But they're absolute, seemingly villains, rapists and abusers to their own. All my life I've spent in service of government, crown and the military. I had my convictions. I've done things. I know what's right and what's wrong. There's too much wrong being done by the people that should be protecting us. Oh, it takes them 36 years to apologise for the Hillsborough disaster. It takes them X amount to apologise for firearms unit rapists, serial rapists and killers. Well, there's something wrong in our institution. We will root it out. Oh yeah, it's words, it's rhetoric. You don't do fuck all. Nothing ever fucking changes. Sick of it all. I'm sick of it. The institutions of this country are absolutely fucking vile. And they are not worth spitting on. They're absolutely abhorrent. Oh yeah, most policemen are great. Most fire service personnel are great. Of course they are. Doesn't matter. If your trust in an institution that should protect you, lock, stock and barrel, is eroded, where'd you come back from that? How do you come back from that? Can't, can you? It takes a generational change to make that, take precedence and actually happen. Well, folks, there you go. That was meant to be a little chat about the Tatty red van. The Tatty red van. If that turns out to be, where she was kept and abducted within, I don't know. This case just goes on and on and on. But sadly, the whiskey tends to run out. And out. And out. Cheers, y'all. Folks, I would urge you not to be sort of sheltered and blinkered. Look at what's happening. You all know about what's happening in the world right now. The cost of living, the corrupt governments, the lies. Why are we putting up with it? Why? We outnumber them. Millions, trillions to one. Why are we putting up with it? We elect them on their lies that they're going to help us. They're going to help you. They're going to help me. They don't. They line their own pockets and they're corrupt. How many more do you need to see getting outed because, their integrity is gone, their candour has gone? When you can't trust your government. Breaking news, spoilers. You can't trust your government. You can't trust your police force. You can't trust your fire service. When your National Health Service is on its knees because of what the government and its doctrine has done to it, what are us grassroots people on the streets meant to do? Think. You're not stupid. You're not stupid. None of you that watch this channel are stupid. None. You've all got brains. Think and tell everybody else what the hell are we doing and why the hell are we doing it all the time. Oh, well, vote for them because they're the least bad of a shit bunch. Douche. Yeah. The whole system's fucking wrong. Fucking wrong. Anyway, I've said my piece for now. Tatty Red Van. Someone out there must know, the driver, the owner of that van must be thinking, oh my God, I only called in for a pasty. Jesus Christ. They'll be thinking, oh no, I'm all over the news now. Or rather, he isn't. Because the actual mainstream TV has not reported this at all. It's just us armchair detectives who've done it. Fuck off. How many crimes are solved by people on the street? By civilians that have noticed something? The police only get information from us, from Joe Public. Oh, Joe Public, stay away, stay away. It's not a crime scene. It is just a missing persons case, so stay away. Oh, by the way, if a small child goes missing tomorrow, can everybody come out and search? Please, please, join the search. I don't have to make any of this any clearer to you, do I? This is fucking ridiculous right now. This has gone way too far. So, anyway, folks, happy no shabby Kilt-Man. And in the meantime, in this ever energizing, emotive in-between time, please keep it Celtic, keep it Celtic. And think for yourselves. Don't be told by me. Just let this be a conduit to open your minds to think about things outside the box. Not what you're told on mainstream TV, terrestrial bullshit, and all the other media outlets. Don't let that be the thing that governs your life. Because it ain't right. It ain't right. And you know that. But everyone's, don't be sheeple. Please don't be sheeple. We've all got the power to change this world. We've all got the power. We all know. You don't even need all this energy shit that's going on. You don't need any of this. It can all be sorted out. But they won't do it because there's too much money. Big pharma, big tech, all of that. And ministerial backhanders, They should wear fucking dungarees. Big Missouri fucking ranch hand dungarees. Because there's great big fucking pockets for all the backhanders they get shoved down there. Folks, I'll be back. Winding it all up. Please do think on. There's a hell of a lot more at stake. Hell of a lot more going on. A missing woman. None of this adds up. Big institutionalized elements involved, and their procedures are not working out. It's the tip of the iceberg, folks. Tip of the iceberg. And we're right down the bottom of the iceberg, and they're keeping the ice pressed upon us. Oppressed upon upon us.